As the Fantastic Four: First Steps barrels towards its 25 July release date, Marvel fans have been treated to a first look at the villainous Mole Man. Seemingly played by Paul Walter Hauser, the villain was the FF's first ever comic villain, a piece of lore that is transitioning into the MCU. Paul Walter Hauser's Mole Man is essentially a sympathetic character who becomes part of the wider FF family. Today sees the release of the Fantastic Four: First Steps in Anthem 1, a tie-in comic presented as a piece of in-world merchandise released by the superhero team, complete with fake advertisements and interviews with the team members. The comic depicts the team's first ever mission, showing their battle against Mole Man and his kaiju monster, Giganto. The comic appears to use the likeness of Paul Walter Hauser, who has been rumored to be playing the villain in the movie, with art revealing how the Mole Man's iconic comic design above has been translated to the MCU. The Fantastic Four's first villain debuts his movie look. A realistic redesign keeps the comic basics in the comic. Mole Man attacks New York in revenge for damage done to his underground realm of Subterranea. The villain is shown wearing welding goggles and a large green overcoat over a suit and tie. A more realistic twist on his comic jumpsuit, high-collared cape, and blue goggles. Marvel's Moloids are given a similar makeover, looking more like regular stooped humans in mining gear than the yellow-skinned gnomes from the comics. The Mole Man's towering monster servants remain essentially comic accurate, and, in a surprising twist, the Mole Man's biggest change of all. The MCU gives Mole Man a sympathetic origin. The villain becomes a Fantastic Four ally in the comic. It's revealed that the Mole Man is an old friend of Sue Storm's grandfather, J.F. Storm, who taught him the skills to become a union organizer. Mole Man took those skills underground, using them to band together the disparate inhabitants of Subterranea. While in the comics Mole Man is a cruel dictator who enslaves the Moloids using advanced technology, the MCU version genuinely wants what's best for them, fighting to stop human advancement from destroying those who live underground. While the comic shows the team beating the Mole Man, it also shows them bonding with the villain and eventually setting up diplomatic links with Subterranea. As in the comics, this emphasizes the Fantastic Four's role as explorers and diplomats, looking for ways to forge new links with the unusual people and places they discover. Paul Walter Hauser's Mole Man is essentially a sympathetic character who becomes part of the wider FF family. So far, it's unclear how much of the Fantastic Four: First Steps comic will be recreated in the MCU. But whatever the answer, this story is movie canon. Fans just got to see the hero team's official origin, and along with it the ways in which the MCU is reinventing their first ever villain, turning him from a stunted monster into a caring leader who quickly becomes a friend to the Fantastic Four.